Hi Seema, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Ranjit. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. So, what questions we have today?
The first question is from Chirag B. Chirag is asking, I'm working in a tech company specializing in the health products. For EB1A, how many recommendation letters are enough? That is the first part. Second is the expert letter and recommendation letters the same? And what should be written in a recommendation letter?
Okay, wonderful, Chirag, for embarking on the journey for your EB1A. Now, well, there is no quantitative number which is being specified by USCIS for any specific recommendation letter. But let's, before we get into what is the number, let us also try to answer that what are we trying to communicate through these recommendation letters. In these recommendation letters, primarily you try to address two criteria. Uh, Essentially, one, to be honest, one is a critical role. Now, let's say, for example, you have played a critical role or a leading role for that matter. It's for both. So, let's say you have played a critical role or a leading role in a particular, company. Now, in that company, you may have had, let us say, multiple projects. Now, depending on what was the project and what was the success metrics of that, you may possibly need one or two or max three letters for a particular critical role or a leading role for that particular project. Now, if there are multiple companies, you may need multiple letters for each of the multiple projects that you are doing. So, effectively, let us say you have to, in over a period, because you have to show something which is called sustained a claim. So let us say you're talking about a period of 8 to 10 years, and over a period of 8 to 10 years, there could be 3 to 4, let us say, leading or critical roles. For each of those roles from each of the companies, you may need max 2 or 3 letters. So basically, 8 to 9 letters may be required. Now, having said this, please understand that this is not a thumb rule or a hard and fast rule, but this is what we have seen based on many of our students what they have been doing. I liked your second part of the question, which says that what is an expert letter? Now, expert letters are essentially testimony talking about the quality of your work. These are basically form a cornerstone for something to be said by an expert who is not known to you. Remember, recommendation letters will come from people who are known to you, and expert letters should ordinarily come from people who is not known to you. Now, and but your work is being known to them. Let's put it that way. So you meet somebody in a conference, or you may reach out to somebody, or you have imbibed something from some work. So these are the kind of people who can give expert opinion letters. So let us say, and expert opinions are essentially help you to qualify for the original contribution. Expert opinion normally would not be given for any other aspect here, but normally they are used for original contribution. And let us say you have a patent, and or you have done some scholarly article also, for example, or you have done something exemplary. This would essentially show what is the impact of the work and the quality of your work product. So basically, ideally speaking, expert opinion letter should show some performance metrics and the impact factor. So that's, I would say that. Now, what should be said in the recommendation letter? Basically, one would always, kind of qualify himself or herself, saying that what is the locus of that person to write the letter, what is the purpose, how would the person know you, the qualification of that person. Essentially, for EB1A, it is not unlike a job reference letter where you just, kind of get some reference that your person is known to me, or this so and so person is known to me. Chirag has been a wonderful professional. So that is not a good enough for this. You need to kind of establish the locus, create a structure. How would you know the person? What is the performance? How would you know the person? How did you assess the job? So there is a, I won't say there is a prescribed format, but it should go into those levels of specifics. So, in case you are interested, please let us know. We have a draft guide which we are giving to everybody in the outside. Anybody wants it, please write to us and DM to us in the message below, and we will kind of be happy to give you this guide for drafting recommendation letters. Yes, Ima? Does I hope that answers the question?
Yes, Ranjit. Thank you. The next question is from an anonymous member. He or she is saying, I am currently in India and considering relocating to the USA. I have a tech startup in India. Can I apply for the EB1A visa category? Will I need a recommendation letters? As the owner of the company, would my designation role be enough to meet the critical role criteria?
Okay, let's simplify the whole set of questions here. You are in India, so that does not limit you or prohibit you from trying for EB1A and becoming an aspirant for this. So this is absolutely fine. You have a tech startup in India, so I'm sure it is doing pretty well, and that's what. So you will have to kind of also justify that what is the meritorious disposition for you coming down to the US and what are you trying to seek here. Yes, you can definitely apply. And will I need recommendation letters? Well, if you are going for a particular criteria, that might be definitely be useful and which is strongly recommended that you should have letters. Now, as a owner of the company, you're please remember, even if one is a CEO of a company, and that is not good enough for you to specify that okay, fine, this is designation itself does not qualify you for the EB1A per se. Let me understand. It is also not the roles and responsibilities. Otherwise, your CV should be. It's about the impact of your work even to the company and the role that you have done. So, for example, if you are a tech startup, I'm sure you would have got some funding. You would have done some work. There is a product. There is a MVP that you might have created or a prototype. How the prototype led to an MVP and MVP led to a market impact. uh, One thing I may just like to point out, as I said, this is with a disclaimer. Actually, it's not only about not trying not to give you legal advice, but also to kind of demonstrate an impact factor. Barely on the basis of MVP, it might be even difficult unless the product is out in the market and it has been widely accepted. That would be my conviction. Otherwise, it's just a potential that what you are trying. And as I said before, I repeat at the cost of duplication that the purpose for you trying for EB1A and what benefit US will accrue by virtue of your presence is going to be very important. So this is, I like your question. So wish you all the best for your EB1A journey and coming down to the US.
Okay, thank you, Ranjit. The next question is again from an anonymous member. He is asking, hello all, keeping it short. I graduated from my bachelor in 2018 and done with my master's degree in 2021. What kind of organizations can I be a member of to be able to satisfy the membership criteria for EB1A? Engineering field, robotics. I know paid membership does not work. And he has written also that I don't think I fit the eligibility criteria for IEEE fellowship, as I have to be senior member for 5 years and must have minimum of 10 years of experience in the industry. So that is out of question. Any other suggestions?
Well, I would, kind of refrain from giving a very specific, advice, but I normally always suggest that you should be. It's not only about your memberships that matter. Memberships are just one of the pillars where there is an association or a body of knowledge which speaks about. I think I would strongly suggest that you Google your, kind of field of expertise and what kind of your other experts are doing. Go to LinkedIn, find out whom do you consider 20 or 50 such experts in your field, identify their profiles. You essentially need to, kind of demonstrate that you are the best in your field, and you have to be in the top 1%, if not less, in your field. Now, by just being a member is not going to help you in any manner. The question is that why you became a member, what was the purpose for somebody taking you that membership, what you did in that membership is also going to make a difference. So I'm going to kind of I do not want to recommend a specific membership organization. There are hundreds of them, and all of them need not be niche actually in robotics associations or something like that only. There could be multiple other options available. You may like to Google and find out from the profile of the kind of people you have to who can kind of participate in this. So where you can participate. So that's what I would like to say.
Thank you, Ranjit. The next question is from an anonymous member. How did you all submit your documents to the USCIS? Share any tips that would be of assistance. The documents and evidences are about 100 pages.
Okay, I mean, basically, I have always suggested to people that one should take a nice color printouts, use standard document prints. Actually, take it professionally if you want it to be done outside. If you don't have a color laser printer, take color printouts as I mentioned to you. There could be some pages which could be landscape, there could be some pages which could be possibly A4 size. Okay, if you're sending to US, I would also like to add here that try to take a letter size which is a US letter standard. All documents prepared in that format so they become easy to file for USCIS. So these questions may seem the question may seem very fundamental and basic, but I like the question because it goes into a very granular details of you trying to address an issue which many people at the last may like to or possibly skip it. Now if there is a landscape, kind of present it in a landscape and then fold it inside. So these are small things that you should be mind of. Tag them properly, don't bind them, because then it will be difficult for USCIS to kind of kind of put it. uh, I think you still need to submit the papers in a documented form. It's not that you can submit all your petition online for the purpose of EB1A. So these things are very, very critical for you to ensure that you present your case in a most detailed manner. Don't clip, don't take back to back prints just to save paper or something, because that may not be good enough. You may lose on important aspects here. So that's all I would say. But thank you very much for. I think this is a wonderful question. I'm very happy for this. Yeah.
Now, Ranjit, there are some questions which some of the EB1A aspirants has asked us who want to join our program. So the
Okay.
first question is, please advise that will someone help in reviewing the drafted support letter and the recommendation letter from your team?
Okay. Now let us see. The program includes a very detailed review support for your drafted support and recommendation letters. Once you start working with your attorney, we emphasize a certain a structured approach in guiding on drafting these critical documents, while ensuring that we do not create a content for you. Basically we want to avoid we don't offer, as I said, legal advice in this particular matter. Our goal is to empower you to articulate your achievements effectively within the framework of the EB1A criteria. So answering in short, yes, you would definitely get a support.
Okay, the next question is, Ranjit, will there be any help in drafting the letters or the documents?
Okay, as I said before, I think the second question is following from the first question itself and trying to be more granular, which is good. But let us be very specific that while we will give you a very generic structure, okay, there is a difference between offering legal input or what constitutes about the law in general and getting into a very specific thing. So while the initial drafting of the letters and documents will be your responsibility to maintain the authenticity and integrity, our team will provide a very structured guidance to assist you in this process. Let's be factual about this. This process ensures that you are, because you know your work the best, no one else can talk about it. For example, if you have produced a software, then what were the success metrics, how you did the work, when did you do the work? So those are the very specific. And let me promise you this, no amount of I mean, apart from the fact that we don't want to offer a legal advice here to go into more granular way, but no matter what, even if that were the case, let us say you know your job and your performance the best, and we are more keen from that perspective. What we have also seen that when you very to work for a lawyer to give you a letter, lawyer may still give you a structure, but I may possibly give you a legal advice in terms of getting into more specific based on what input you give to that person. So this approach ensures that you can confidently draft the documents that accurately represent your contributions and standing in your field. That is the most important. And our support is to help and refine and strengthen the presentation that you will be making. So drafting letter specifically for you as a done for you service, it is not, we won't be able to do that, but yet you will get every support to make that happen for you. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, Ranjit. The next question is, will there be any help in confirming the evidence quality and guidance on how to improve it?
Yeah, the Next League program is designed to help you assess and enhance the quality of your evidence. Definitely, you will come to know, and like all the people, we have over 14 EB1 achievers so far. You will receive personalized guidance to confirm the efficiency of your evidence based on our education inputs that we will be giving you, and strategic advice on how to improve it, especially when dealing with area of uncertainty, or let's say focusing on expanding your outreach. Now this guidance is aimed at optimizing your presentation of evidence to meet the high standards for the EB1 category. So answer to that is, in short, yes. How I have already explained to you.
Okay, the next question is, Ranjit, will I get help from Ranjit or the team in reviewing the final draft of the petition?
You see, I myself and the team, we are committed to help you to review our educational inputs. I'm just putting it with a disclaimer here. When you start working with a lawyer, and in many cases, we are also kind of engaging with your attorney for this particular purpose, and reviewing the final draft of your petition, which should be prepared by your legal counsel to ensure the adherence of the necessary legal standards. And now this review process is conducted with utmost confidentiality, and is focused on providing education inputs that complement the legal preparation of your case, enhancing the overall strength of your petition. So answer to that is, in short, yes, with the whatever disclaimers I have already given you. Thank you.
Okay, the next question is, how many one-on-one do I get with Ranjit?
Okay, I mean, this is, we have a 6 months program. It's not about kind of the number of sessions which are required. Let me be very focused and specific here. We are not talking of numbers, don't matter here. We are totally invested in each and every student. And if you are working, if there is a kind of, if you need any support, because we want to make sure that your success becomes our success. So our program distinguishes itself by offering, there is no number. So it's not unlimited or infinite, or I would like to say that. But yes, as much as somebody would need the support, we are there for each one of our students here. So our program distinguishes itself by offering unlimited, one-on-one sessions with me as part of our 3-track approach. Remember, there are 3 tracks in the program, which includes one-on-one, which includes group coaching, and we have a huge data, or let us say learning portal, which is kind of given only to the people who are in the program. Now these sessions are customized to meet your specific needs, offering target advice, education inputs, and support to navigate for the purpose of EB1A readiness. Now this personalized attention ensures that you have the guidance and resource to achieve your EB1A goals. So I hope that answers your question. This should be your last worry in terms of whether, in terms of our accessibility, our team is completely happy to extend all support, whatever is required for you actually here. Incidentally, yeah, please go ahead.
One last question has popped up just now. Zubin is asking, will there be support to write the media articles? Do you have the tie-up with the publishers? And
Okay.
second question is, do you have the opportunity with the conference organizers to speak at the event?
Remember one thing, we are running a coaching program, not a done for you service where we would be, kind of tying up and some things are presented to you. But our people, we have seen several of our students, at least if I'm correct, at least more than a dozen would be part of Forbes Council. They have been international speakers engagements. You would have all opportunities to do that. And it's not about somebody placing you out there. It's not about tying up or something. We want you to be the, remember one thing, for the purpose of EB1A, you really need to demonstrate that you are the best in your field of expertise. You are in the top 1%. Now people, if you notice, who are extraordinary in their own right, okay, one of the unique qualities about them is that first, you have to become an expert. Remember one thing, for success for your EB1A, there are 3 dimensions. The first is you have to be an expert. Number 2 is, and learn how to present your expertise, by the way. Second, you understand EB1A jurisprudence, understand why what is EB1A, what is USCIS is looking for, what is US seeking, how is it related to US Constitution, where does the concept of EB1A come from, and the last is how to present yourself in terms of documentations and everything. While we will have array of resources that will help you to navigate through the entire process, uh, we do not specifically guarantee any media outputs or in terms of presentations in conferences and other aspects, because that's not the way we are. We don't focus on you trying to fit into any of the criterias. We want you to create a success story about yourself, where it's not, you try to fit into criterias, but the criterias should fit into your profile and make you, qualify you for EB1A. That's the whole game, actually. So that's all we have here today, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are interested to join the program, there is a link below. Please click it, and we'll be more than happy to help you and navigate through the EB1A journey. Wish you all
Thank you,
the best,
Ranjit.
and thank you very much. Bye bye.